Simone de Beauvoir, the pioneer of existential feminism. In the realm of existentialism and feminism, Simone de Beauvoir stands as an indomitable figure. Born in 1908 in France, de Beauvoir's philosophical works have left indelible marks that challenge traditional notions of womanhood. Her seminal book, The Second Sex, published in 1949, presents a thorough analysis of the oppression of women through history. What's fascinating is her assertion that one is not born, but rather becomes a woman, a revolutionary idea at that time, emphasizing the construction of gender roles. Partner and collaborator with Jean-Paul Sartre, her existential approach goes beyond the confines of theoretical musings to advocate for women's liberation, weaving in personal anecdotes to enrich her narratives. Her introspective exploration of freedom, choice, and identity transcends her era, influencing not only philosophers but also activists and everyday thinkers around the globe. By challenging ethical norms and urging women to aspire beyond accepted societal limits, de Beauvoir's legacy remains a beacon in contemporary feminist discourse. Hannah Arendt, the architect of public philosophy. Hannah Arendt, a German-born philosopher and political theorist, revolutionized how we understand power, politics, and the human condition. Having fled Germany due to her Jewish heritage amid the rise of the Nazis, Arendt's works reflect deep engagement with themes of totalitarianism and authority. One of her most intriguing observations arises from her coverage of Adolf Eichmann's trial in her book, Eichmann in Jerusalem, where she coined the term, the banality of evil. Arendt proposed that great evils in history are often not executed by fanatics or sociopaths, but by ordinary individuals who accept the premises of their state and obey orders without listening to the voice of conscience. Arendt's insights encourage readers to reflect on moral responsibility in complex systems. Not easily confined to any one philosophical category, Arendt deftly combined elements from communication theory, ethics, and political science, creating an innovative tapestry that remains relevant amid contemporary discourses on human rights and governance. Judith Butler, the disruptor of gender normativity. Judith Butler's theories on gender have prompted us to rethink the very foundations of identity. A prominent contemporary philosopher, Butler introduced groundbreaking ideas in their book, Gender Trouble, emphasizing that gender is not a fixed trait but a socially constructed performance. Born in 1956 in the United States, Butler's academic journey has traversed various aspects of feminist theory and queer theory. By arguing that gender roles are performative, Butler invites us to consider how ritualized behaviors and language contribute to the perpetuation of gender binaries. What's more, their concept of performativity doesn't merely critique, it empowers individuals to resist and reconstruct gender norms. Butler's ideas catalyze debates about agency, identity politics, and bodily autonomy. Their intellectual contributions invite both scholars and laypeople alike to explore the nuanced layers of gender and sexuality, affecting change not only in academic circles, but also in broader societal contexts as part of ongoing conversations about equality and justice. Martha Nussbaum, the advocate for human development. Martha Nussbaum stands at the vanguard of contemporary philosophy with her pioneering efforts in moral and political theory. Born in 1947 in New York City, Nussbaum explored the intersections between philosophy, law, and economics, championing the capabilities approach. Developed alongside economist Amartya Sen, this framework evaluates human well-being by assessing individual freedoms across different spheres, such as health, education, and political participation, rather than mere financial metrics. Fascinatingly, Nussbaum also delves into classical philosophy, drawing insights from ancient Greek and Roman ethics to critique modern dilemmas. Through books like The Fragility of Goodness, she illuminates the relevance of ancient wisdom in contemporary times. An advocate for emotional intelligence, Nussbaum argues that emotions should be harnessed as resources for ethical reasoning. Her comprehensive approach appeals to stakeholders from policymakers to educators and social reformers who seek to mitigate inequality and promote holistic human development in diverse settings. Julia Kristeva, the analyst of semiotics and psychoanalysis. Julia Kristeva, a Bulgarian-French philosopher, takes readers on an intellectual journey that spans linguistics, psychoanalysis, and cultural theory. Born in 1941 in Bulgaria, Kristeva's multifaceted work delves into the complexities of identity, language, and the unconscious. A key figure in post-structuralism, she introduced the concept of intertextuality, highlighting how texts interflow within cultural contexts, altering meaning and interpretation. Intriguingly, Kristeva also explores the abject, a state of disorientation linked with confronting the limits of self and other, particularly in her work, Powers of Horror. These ideas have opened up new conversations regarding the relationship between language and identity, illuminating the social constructs that govern individual expression. With her fusion of semiotic analysis and psychoanalysis, Kristeva offers a nuanced perspective on how narratives shape cultural and personal realities. Her interdisciplinary approach enriches our understanding of the human psyche while inspiring discussions on identity politics and cultural dynamics across the globe. Simone Weil, the mystic of political thought. Simone Weil, a French philosopher born in 1909, embodies a unique blend of mysticism and practical political thought. Her life was as remarkable as her ideas, engaging in manual labor to better understand the working class's plight. Weil is perhaps best known for her exploration of suffering and attention, whereby focusing deeply on another's existence becomes a form of moral and ethical engagement. Her contemplative philosophy is evident in works like Gravity and Grace, where she dissects the moral implications of human affliction and suffering. A fervent anti-nationalist, Weil argued for a universal humanism that transcends borders, challenging the status quo in a war-torn 20th century. Despite her early death at age 34, her legacy endures, compelling us to consider the metaphysical alongside the political. Weil invites both introspection and social activism, making her an enduringly influential figure in philosophical discourses on justice and empathy. Angela Davis, the revolutionary thinker and activist Angela Davis, with her formidable intellect and activism, redefines what it means to be a public intellectual. Born in 1944 in Birmingham, Alabama, Davis's life and work are intricately linked to civil rights and social justice movements. A student of Herbert Marcuse, her philosophical foundations are grounded in critical theory. Davis is most recognized for her work on mass incarceration, feminism, and race, laid out in her influential book Women, Race, and Class, which dissects the intersections of race, gender, and class in societal structures. Captivatingly, Davis herself became a symbol of resistance during her imprisonment and trial in the early 1970s. Her experience underscores her philosophy that true change demands not just legal reform, but also a transformation in societal mindsets. Through her writings and speeches, Davis continues to call for collective action, emphasizing the importance of solidarity in dismantling oppression and fostering a world marked by genuine equity. Mary Wollstonecraft, the mother of feminism. Mary Wollstonecraft, an English writer and philosopher born in 1759, laid the cornerstone for feminist thought with her audacious writings. Her 1792 treatise, A Vindication of the Rights of Woman, challenges the patriarchal norms of her time by advocating for women's access to education. Known for her fiery spirit, Wollstonecraft's life was as unconventional as her ideas. She navigated complex relationships and societal expectations with a determination that mirrored her philosophical pursuits. Her claim that women are not naturally inferior to men, but appear so due to lack of education, was revolutionary. Wollstonecraft's influence echoes through the centuries, heralding demands for gender equality and women's rights. Her work paved the way for later suffragists and feminists, and her legacy remains palpable in today's ongoing conversations on gender equality, continually inspiring new generations to advocate for societal change rooted in justice and egalitarianism. Elizabeth Anscombe, the defender of moral philosophy. Elizabeth Anscombe, an English philosopher whose work in the mid-20th century left an indelible imprint on modern ethics and philosophy of mind, is recognized as one of the most formidable philosophers of her time. Born in 1919, her relationship with Ludwig Wittgenstein as a student and translator profoundly influenced her philosophical trajectory. Anscombe's landmark paper, Modern Moral Philosophy, challenged consequentialist ethics, advocating instead for a return to virtue ethics rooted in Aristotelian traditions. Her critique of utilitarian approaches and emphasis on intentionality revolutionized discussions in moral philosophy. Interestingly, Anscombe's Catholic faith often informed her philosophical perspectives, leading her to public debates, such as opposing Oxford University's decision to award Harry S. Truman an honorary degree, arguing against the moral implications of the atomic bombings. Through her rigorous analyses and writings, Anscombe prompts us to reconsider the ethical dimensions of actions, leaving a lasting legacy in philosophical discourse that continues to influence scholarly debate today. Found this video interesting? Leave us a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Let us know what we should cover next in the comments below.